Good morning, gorgeous people. It is still cooler here. I know you're thinking, oh, Pam, everything still looks so dry. It does. But do you know what I've noticed down here at the dam? Is we're not getting any rain, but the cooler weather is stopping the dam from evaporating. Or not stopping it, but it's not evaporating, as much because it's not as hot as it has been. And you can just feel like around the dam, is moist. It is quite early in the morning, it is 9:30. It's a little bit later than normal. I'm still having problems with my little car, so I did some things around the house this morning before I walked down, much to the dogs. They were not happy about Mummy taking so long. I actually cannot wait to film this when, the rains really come, because it is just so amazing to watch the very quick transformation of, this dry, barren. But as I said, I am not going to keep this bank barren like this. It will be covered, and I mean covered, in some sort of ground cover, because that is one of the biggest reasons this dam is just so empty, is because it just has nothing keeping it in. So as soon as the heat comes, or a little bit of sun, it just dries it up. Where the plants are the things that keep it into the ground. And even although, you just sort of think, oh, the plants are just hanging out there, the plants are actually retaining a lot of water beneath the surface, and they feed each other. They look out for each other. They really are amazing things. And I've just noticed, just by me fiddling around, so not really doing much, just chucking the odd seed here and there, and making these rock beds, and my beautiful wood one up there, but just playing, and then cutting the seeds off the bulrushes and letting them fall, and then bringing some seeds from my beautiful brook down here. And as soon as the rains come, I will be mimicking exactly what trees are in my brook. Oh, there are a lot of bushes, sorry. So the difference between a bush and a tree is, or a shrub, we call them shrubs in Australia. And I'm sure you have got shrubs wherever you're watching from too. But the shrubs are really what was mainly around the waterways. And they are a lot smaller than trees. Their trunks are a lot smaller. And they are, I always say that the trees are like the mummy and the daddy, and the shrubs and the bushes and the plants and the flowers are the children. And so everything is relevant in a village, isn't it? And so the tall trees are the big ones that are the carers, and they hold back a lot of water, and they look out for them when they're sick, and they give flowers and nuts and berries and all sorts of wonderful, wonderful things. But the bushes and the plants are company. And they offer a completely different source of food, flowers, berries, root systems. And then, of course, they all attract different animals. So all of a sudden, instead of just getting 1 or 2 animals, you're getting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I mean, there's just so many different animals. I'm trying to look out for my beautiful turtles or tortoises. I have long-necked tortoises in this dam, and I have been feeding them because, as you can see, there is not much water and there's not much food around. So I've tried to be careful, though, in how I feed them, so they don't get too reliant on me, but they don't get hungry as well. So there's a very fine line, but I will definitely be feeding them again probably tomorrow or the next day. Today's Tuesday, the 28th of March. And we are forecast for rain on Thursday. So every little bit matters at this time of the year. It really does. Every little bit goes into the earth and penetrates in and does something to something, It really does. And because everything is so dry, every little bit is appreciated. So I know it's interesting. So many people talk about, the first rain, everything runs off. That is very true. But I can tell you what, it touches the right places too. And I think that's what we have to start doing, is instead of thinking about, the thing that is the reason why you can't do something. Instead, so what that that's what you've used to be, couldn't do. Today's a brand new day. Give it a different go. I was just listening to this lady that has 5 sons, and she does grows everything herself, and has her own animals and cooks everything, and just is just the most amazing woman. But she says, you've just got to approach things with, things are going to go wrong. But that doesn't mean you give up and or you don't try something because, gosh, it might go wrong. She said, yeah, she's had so many failures, but she said she has just grown so much food too, and has just, given her 5 sons such a great way of life. And that's exactly what I am doing. Like, to me, I am not saying to anybody, this is the way to live life. I am showing you that this is the way Pammy is living her life at the moment. And this is where I am in my life at the moment. I mean, I have been a mother. I mean, I still am a mother, but my children are growing. They're 32 this year. I have twin girls, and I have 3 grandchildren. And, I was married for a very long time as well, 33 years. So, and I used to live in the city on a very, very busy highway for a lot of years. So, my life, I have just done so many different things, and that to me is your life. Like, you it's a journey, and you have different segments along the way. And my new segment, I've only been here for 18 months, and I've actually only been on my own for nearly 8 months. So this whole experience is very, very new, very exciting. And of course there's going to be, some things that I'm not going to get right, and then there's going to be some things that I'm just going to nail. But it's, live and learn, and it's the journey along the way. And I have to say, I'm loving this quieter, no rush. For so many mornings I got up and had to rush people out the door and get everybody organised and, da 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 da. When now there's just me, and it's so peaceful, and, it's just a completely different world and a completely different segment. It's a whole new series of Pammy's life, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And it's okay to be somewhere very different to where you were. And I think this is exactly what the world is asking us to do at the moment. What are you good at? What can you do that nobody else can do? What do you love doing? Can you maybe save something? A fish, a bird, a turtle, a dog, a cat, a person? Can you cook? Can you garden? Can you paint? Can you sew? There is something that you are here to do at this time. Doesn't matter what you used to do or what, your friends are doing or your family's doing. What do you want to do now? And go and do it. Because I can tell you now, the feeling of doing what you want to do in your own time and space, that's real freedom. To be honest, I actually don't think I have ever had the freedom that I have now in my life to be able to do the things that I want to do. And it's all relevant. I wouldn't take back one day of my past life and all of the things that I did. That's who's made me today who I am. And I love it. But I have to say, I'm loving this chapter. And I'm not going to stay here doing this. Like, this land at the moment needs me to focus on it. Someone with my love, my dedication, my history, my chemical free, my organic, all of it makes sense now. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be putting it. And it's going to be so interesting to see what that 30-year experience does. And then when it's all built up and I feel really good about it, then I will probably, move on to my next venture. And who knows what that will be? Who knows? You're not here for a long time. You're here for a good time. Do what you want to do. Do what makes your heart soar. Because do you know what? When you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, like in your soul, in your spirit, do you know, it all just turns out. Everything just turns out exactly how it's supposed to be. Have a beautiful day finding out what it is that you want to do for the next few years, for the next few months, for the next few weeks. And go and do it. Go and spend some time doing the things that you love doing, because I guarantee you your spirit's hanging out there. and you will have such a great time together. I am loving this stage of my life. And look how peaceful it is. And you know what? I'm changing stuff. I am changing stuff, and gosh, I feel good about that. You know, all the nurturing I put into my children and my husband and my business and my husband's cricket club and all the things that I did in my past life, I can put that same experience and that same nurturing and that same love into this. And what is it? What is it that you can do that you've got in your backpack now that you can use for your next adventure? You would be amazed. And remember, don't talk about what you can't do, because again, that's your past. Talk about all the things you're fabulous at, because you are, I guarantee you. And there's something that just you have come here to do. The world needs you to do that because nobody else can do it. Remember that. And every little bit matters. Have a beautiful day, remembering just how important you are. Bye.